Yo, Crypto Nation and mining family, what is going on? What up, what up, what up? What's going on, all you happy hashers out there? While you're sliding on in, don't forget to smash that lizardy like button, subscribe if you're new here, and hit the bell notification for everything. You know the drill. Yo, what's going on? Sorry you guys haven't seen me for the last week. I was in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, on the island of Hispaniola. Beautiful country, or beautiful little island, right off the edge of the Bermuda Triangle. Yo, so I was really close to the Bermuda Triangle. My room literally looked out at the ocean, and in front of me was the Bermuda Triangle. Nothing funny happened. It's really kind of funny because like nobody goes into the Bermuda Triangle unless it's like a scientist at this point. Everybody avoids that shit like the plague. But the resort that we were staying at the Margaritaville, was a newer resort. It's like you can tell newer staff and stuff like that, so they're still kind of working some of the kinks out. Great time and all that good stuff. If you have the ability to stay the hell away from Frontier Airlines, worst experience ever. I will never use Frontier Airlines ever again. And so will the because like again, I went out there with 95 Will Rock group, so there's like 255 of us utilizing Frontier Airlines. That we all went through like a little travel agency, so they're supposed to take care of everything, make sure that for us it's the best experience possible. Unfortunately, they use Frontier Airlines, so the beginning and end of it kind of sucked, especially ending the trip off with them canceling my flight on Saturday. Got put into this little shittier fucking hotel room, or not really a hotel, it was another resort. And this resort was called Breathless. Never go there again. Doors blown off the hinges. I had to like pick up that door to close it. Granted, it's an older spot, but still, this isn't even. I'll say the next thing, and that still doesn't top this all off. So, I go and use the bathroom. There's a bidet in there. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I looked at it, and it came equipped with somebody else's pube. Like I said, it gets better still. This is the first time I've ever signed paperwork coming into a resort that stated, 1, I can handle it. I would expect it. No smoking in the room. Gotcha. We don't allow smoking inside the rooms. It makes everything stink. I get it. Totally. No drugs. I got that too. Started making me question here. Then the last part, I was like, what? Did I just hear that correctly? Hold on here. Can you say that one more time? Your English is horrible. Say that a little bit and really pronunciate all the letters. And she's like, no hookers. I was like, whoa, that bad of a problem? She's like, oh yes. I was like, holy cow. I signed paperwork stating that I was not going to bring hookers into the room. You don't even get that out in Las Vegas, guys. That was a first. I was like, wow. I think we're in like the bad side of the island. So yeah. The ending of it was just as lousy as the 6-hour delay at the O'Hare Airport. Because Frontier was going to try to cancel the flight even then. Fuck Frontier. Never use Frontier Airlines. Ever, guys. They even bumped a few people out of our group. There was like 10 people because they sent us a smaller plane on the day one. 40 less seats. It was just a nightmare at the beginning and end. In the middle, it was great. I had as many margaritas as humanly possible. I did not eat very much. I took my calories in alcohol. Not a very wise decision because now I am dragging ass right now because I'm like basically detoxing from all the sugar. Oh, and so I've like gotten like zero energy. Holy cow! It's like Nemesis. You had all that fun and you didn't take me. Man, you could have come. It's all I was saying the whole time, man. It was 95 Will Rock. What up, Crypto Crag? What's going on, all you awesome people? We got Crypto Bedell coming in here, hot and heavy with the FA. Tech Man with the FA shizzle, yo. Jason with the FA bomb. We got Wheeling Crypto. He is here. He's like, yo, I'm here, counting for him. Let's go ahead and rip into some of today's topics. Yes, I'm right back into the mix of it. Kind of threw some stuff together here. We'll go over the market stuff and all that, all of that, right? That's one thing I did not pull up would be a chart of some sort, right? I mean, what is going over market stuff if you don't even touch a chart? Well, let's see here. Let me set this up. Bam. So we have definitely made it look like FTX never happened. I was actually expecting it to take a little bit more time than it did. But I did call the movement. I was like, we're recoiling a second time. This is going to be the breakout. There's a lot of people that were going, oh, we're going down. I'm like, no. There's too much pressure going in the opposite direction here at this point. So I'm not gonna say I'm a guru, but it was just kind of obvious that we hit the floor. We've been bouncing, trending off of the bottom line. Found where there is, if you bounce it more than one or two times, you've just established a support line. Once you've established a support line, it is harder to break through. These are just market fundamentals. So coming out of December. Coming into the new tax season, it wasn't unforeseeable that we would hit the floor, especially since we hit the floor after the FTX bullshit. And we've tried to rally a couple times, and there was probably some speculators trying to liquidate a little bit here because a lot of mining facilities, including my own, is struggle town. Hopefully this nice little rally here helps me out a little bit. I don't know about how much, but we'll find out. This is something that I wish it would happen like, a month ago, but it is what it is. Oh, your MOBA is defective. Oh God, man, you got the worst luck, Wheeling. Oh, there's no luck. If you didn't have bad luck, you'd have no luck. So yeah, hopefully that works out a little bit better for you. I did like my Octominer case. They are pretty nice guys. Oh, I have no video, right? That's hilarious. So bam. So seeing that it really was obvious that we were going to make a move going upward in the new tax season. All the any chart that you look at, it didn't matter if it had any kind of indicators to kind of find correlated patterns, because that's all you're doing at the end of the day. You're trying to find correlated patterns to say it has a higher probability of doing, no cards are off the table, but it has a higher probability, right? That's all market traders are trying to do. I'm looking at this going, there's got to be light at the end of the tunnel with me not bleeding all my crypto away. Just made it to the gym. Yo, big room. Never too late, man. Never too late. Hit it hard, dude. Hit it hard. But it's like, so we're gonna have to see how far of a rally we're gonna see at this point. I have said it before and I'll say it again. The money never left the market. It went into stable coins. Look at the total market cap. It never really dramatically dropped. I mean, some people pulled money out. Yes. But not to the tune of what the market truly drops. So the money was just sitting on the sidelines. And anybody that was looking at those metrics would have seen the confidence still in the market, even with the FTX shit. So just kind of, hopefully this gives everybody out in the market, take a deep breath, and we'll dig into, are you even going to be profitable, and at what point are we profitable? So if anybody is into Monero, quick little side note here, if you're into Monero at all, Rhino, an enterprise-focused Monero wallet, has a free community edition that will, it's like Monero doesn't have a core wallet of their own. So it has always been kind of a community wallet of holding on to it. So here is another one. It's got the two-factor authentication on there. It even protects itself a little bit against, did your password get compromised? Because you have to know the 2FA. So it's got some nice little features in there. I believe it's open source, offered by companies like BitGo, Fireblocks, and Copper. The Rhino team wanted to address its shortcoming and enable the next growth phase to the Monero ecosystem. Feature-rich, non-custodial wallet targeted at the enterprise with the launch of the community edition. So, bam. If you guys are wanting to check that out, I'll probably check it out a little bit here, see what it's all about. It just kind of happened to pop up in one of the crypto mining blogs that I take a look at and get some of my news sources from. I'll be fully transparent. I do have Monero. Monero has some utility purposes behind it, like a little extra privacy behind it. It is not. It is a. It's like it is still a shitcoin, but it's a shitcoin with privacy first. Knowing the dev team a little bit, at least I know there's. They're less likely to have some funny business behind them. They've been around for a hot little minute here. Security and and privacy is at the core, right? But you are at the mercy of what the devs want to do. So there is that inherent issue with it, but what it offers is usable too. Have I ever spent my money on it? No, I mine it with a CPU, so it mines all virgin coin. I don't mind it. If you guys aren't really into needing the complete privacy aspect of it, it's like Monero does have a little bit of its own little issues. Like if you get money, if you have Monero coming into your wallet, you gotta wait for a little bit before you can turn around and spend it. This way, it'll hide itself. You gotta, it's like you're basically opening up a door, and when it shuts, you gotta wait for the veil to go back across it before you can really maneuver with your Monero as privately as you think you can. But just remember, and this is where I always kind of argue with people on the privacy aspect of it, you are only as private as the data that you're willing to release. So, in other words, if you buy something and you're like, oh, I'm going to use Monero because it's private and they won't know I did it, they will. And it's because they're going to, even if you're sitting there with a VPN, they're going to see the moment that you put in a shipping address. Oh, I'm going to use an obfuscated shipping address. They're going to see where that goes. And then it's just 3 degrees of separation. It's like, unless you're like this ninja security guy that can hopscotch through different things to get things set up that way, 99.99999% of us out there, we're only as secure as the data that we're willing to release. So shipping addresses is usually where people get fucked up at. So again, it's like, is Monero 100% necessary? Yes and no. Do I have a bunch of it? No. I got a couple of Monero over the years that haven't ever moved out of the wallet. I mine it for fun. See what the CPU can mine at. How long until it gets a payout for that CPU power? At what power rate am I utilizing on there? Is it worth it? Most of the time, it's no. There are very small windows and where you're like, ooh, network's down, in network hash rate. But Monero is one of those that a lot of people put zombie miners on the computers, and the hash rate is very high most of the time, unless they've forked again, which they haven't done in a hot minute. Which means that there's a lot of zombie miners on there, where it was in an embedded, basically a virus that's mining in the background. A lot of computers are infected with it. Let me just tell you. But if you are into Monero and you are mining it, this might be something to check out. Like I said, I will check some of this out once I have a chance. Put it onto my one of my test bench that I don't care about. I have nothing on there, but if it's malicious hardware, I'm nice and safe. So this is how I do my testing, guys. But seeing that it's on one of my crypto blogs that I get a lot of my stuff, the wallet's probably on the up and up, and it's just going to have some cool little features in there I want to check out, see if it's a little bit more usable than the wallet that I'm actually using right now. So, bam. And then one of our own community members, I love this. He popped up in the same blog sections that I usually look at, guys. So, Crypto Cloaks. He is one of the 3D printer community members out there. Does a lot of the Bitcoin stuff for like the ASIC shrouds and all that good stuff, right? I like what this guy does. I get my filament from him. Just FYI, guys, I get Crypto Cloaks filaments at CryptoCloaks.com. It's not a paid shill. It's just he's got. If you guys got 3D printers, you can sit there and grab some of this stuff and you can print them for yourself. Look at that. This is cool. It's a towel or a coat hook. It's a Bitcoin. Come on, tell me that's not cool. But he is he's made shrouds so that you can put on regular fans onto there instead of the Delta fans. And now he's offering it to go into a sleek little box that you can print up and put it into the room right by you. And look at that. He's even, you can sit there and put the power supply and put an Noctua fan inside the power supply, and it's not loud, guys. So it's like I'm really fighting against getting a 3D printer. I'm afraid I will go down the rabbit hole and get addicted. Yeah. It happens quick. Yeah. Then you find out that you can download STL files for pew-pews. And 300 degrees Celsius is the filament. It's like a carbon nylon filament. Works great for them. 3D printers are the best. What up, Crypto Hunter? Yo. But his filament is his Crypto Cloaks' filament has got to be the most consistent filament that I've been able to print with. I mean, the material is just easier to set up for me, especially as being a novice like I am. But I am getting better, much better. But yeah, I love it. I will shill him for a second. This guy has really cool stuff. I mean, if you guys don't have a 3D printer and there's something that you'd like to have printed, hit me up. For a small nominal fee, I can print some of the stuff up for you. These are like uh, the 6-inch Whatsminer ducks, the Antminer 6-inch ducks. This would be good for the dual duct one would be good for like my my E3 Antminers, so the double stacked Delta fans, perfect. Nice, Crypto Hunter. That is awesome. That is awesome stuff. So whenever I see stuff like this, I try to give a community member a quick little shout out, because this is positive stuff in our market space, guys. I love seeing builders. Love it, love it, love it. Yes, Crypto Hunter. These files are 100% free over on CryptoCloaks.com. All of this stuff, every bit of it. He's a good dude. Very, very good dude. And his then he's got stuff that he's done, that he has that he's set up already, his own merch. Little shout out to my man. And his filament is not bad price, $30, and you can pay in the Bizity Bitcoin. He's got a Lightning payment set up, so you can do Lightning or non. Pick your flavor. I usually pay him with a Lightning payment. It is instantaneous. I love it. Colors are pretty decent. His black. This is some of the best black filament. Where, like, Crypto Hunter, you know what I'm saying. So it's like when you print with certain blacks, and you get your temperature just a pinch too high, and it starts to fucking like gray on you. It's like or it's almost like you added charcoal gray to it. Or the black, it's like it looks black until it goes through the filament, through the hot end, no matter what temperature it is, it kind of gets that kind of like charcoal black, where it's not quite black. I mean, this is like, I made a stomp rocket just so that you guys know what this is all about. So, my camera, of course, is not going to pick it up. Oh, there we go. That's perfect. So, this black is Crypto Cloaks. This black is Creality. And you can see how, just in this light alone, that the rocket itself is a deeper black. So, in it, the filament, like, I had no issue with clogging. The man knows what he's doing too, so I love it. And be careful out there with the SEC guys. They are not playing games at this point, especially with their non-security. So regulators unintentionally included 650 names and email addresses and communications with blockchain firm Green as part of an investigation. Dun dun dun. This is why I tell people you gotta be careful with what you're doing, especially when you're dealing with Security Exchange Commissions. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're part of the government. They're morons. It's just another reason why to say that. Yeah, they're dumb. So unfortunately, a bunch of people that are associated with facilities that are gone public have had personal information leaked out. So if that is any of you guys out there, stay frosty. Check into that. If especially if you know that you have ties in with you know, crypto mining facilities that are on the open market, guys. Which my company will never be. All right, here. And complaints filed against Compass Mining. Dun dun dun. Didn't see that coming. Nope, I called that a while ago that they were going to have a lawsuit from hell and back again over this one. This is over the Bit River. Crypto Compass Mining didn't disclose to Bit River that it was only the middleman and not the owner of its customers' machines. Dun dun dun. So they're trying to sit there and say, "Oh, we didn't own nothing." So there's a group of customers attempting to sue Compass Mining for over $2 million for failure to return their Bitcoin mining machines after cutting ties with the Russian hosting company has had their case dismissed just days after filing their complaint. However, the judge has given the plaintiffs another 2 weeks to file a second amendment on the complaints. So, cross their finger. I wish them the best of luck. But yeah, if they get anything out of this, they're gonna count these people blessed at this point. I know, except for me, because I know a few people that I've got behind the scenes knowledge on Compass Mining, and the CEO is a prick and a backstabber. He fucked over his own friends. So I was talking shit about Compass Mining, and then whenever Russia got cut off from the rest of the world, and a few bits of information stated that basically customers' machines were locked up overseas, unable to ever see them again. Yep. That was the this and anybody doing business with Compass Mining afterwards deserves everything that Compass Mining does to them moving forward. I feel zero compassion whenever you see a company going, well, this is a third party. It wasn't us. We didn't actually own anything. Sorry, but it's gone. It sucks for the customers, and I see their point of view, because at that point they just figured they were going into a company that was doing the right thing, right? But nobody did any research on Compass Mining showing what property they actually did physically own. And if anybody would have looked into that, they would have looked into it and seen that it was a very small mining farm, and that they were basically setting up contracts with other facilities that had space to be able to put stuff from Compass Mining over there. AKA, if any of you guys were mining with Compass Mining, your stuff would have gone over there too, Trying to decide if I want to redeploy the GPU compression plots or just hold off and put it all on Flux Thunder. I don't know. I am not sure. But there are a few companies out there that have been expanding during this bear market. So a Bitcoin miner, CleanSpark, expands operations in Georgia. Some Bitcoin miners have declared bankruptcy or sought out financial aid to stay afloat. Others are finding unique ways to grow during the bear market. there are many different ways of doing this. Um, but the groundbreaking on a new 50 megawatt Bitcoin mining facility in the city of Washington, Georgia, is underway. With the expected completion in late spring, CleanSpark disclosed on January 19th that nearly 16 million in expansion is expected to increase its company's hash rate by 2.2 exahashes per second, with a total hash rate of 8.7 exahash. Damn. Those guys are serious right now. I don't think they are out, but within a few weeks, I've read papers on it. Seems cool. If you go with mid compression, you can get 20 to 25% more plots. What the hell are you talking about, Crypto Crag? You talking about Chia mining over there? That they've figured out how to help out with, get GPU help out on this? Okay. I will have to look into that. If they're actually like gonna allow GPUs to handle some of the workload, do you have to be plotting in order to use those GPUs? So do you already have to be Chia mining and then you're using the GPUs to help out? $3080 Ti with RAM drive can plot in 7 minutes. Holy shit. But do you have, so you don't have to be sitting there with hard drives then? Because if I don't need hard drives with it, I'm down to throw some hash rate at it and see what it's all about. There's also one that was kind of, oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, thank you for the clarification, CryptoCrack. So he's like, the GPUs allow you to unpack the compression plots fast enough for farming it. Gotcha. So you're not waiting for it. Okay, I get it. That's kind of interesting. I'm not Chia mining, but interesting. I don't have any hard drives that I've got that I'm willing to destroy like that. But another one that's kind of coming up that's, I don't see it being like disruptive, but interesting. Clore.ai. So you're going to be able to utilize GPUs. It'll be running on the Kapow algorithm. So the same thing as Ravencoin. So we know it's going to be power intensive and stuff like that, right? 1 minute block times, yada, your basic stuff. Now, I do have, so it's already got 10 pools that are using it: rplant.xyz, newpool.pw, fastpool.zxy, trading on Xibitron and XTBit. Not that I really give a shit about that, but if you're gonna mine it, you want to know where you can just dump it off and get some of that sweet busy Bitcoin, of course, because that's what we're out here. Shits for bits. So it will be, of course, very much. It's gonna want a lot of power. It's kapow. So if it doesn't have a lot of traction behind it with a good price action, it's not going to be profitable to move over to it. But it's something that's not going to pop up onto anybody's official radar quite yet. So it may be profitable for a small bit of time, if at all. I have only just kind of lightly started doing my research on this. Now, what I do have a problem with is we have hosted providers, GPU miners. So the GPU miners are going to get 50% of the rewards. The hosted providers are going to get 40% and 10% to the big guys, the developers, right? That last part is where they kind of lose me a little bit here, for kind of getting a little bit going, ooh, this is kind of interesting stuff. Reading into it a little bit here. They are a really fucking new project. This is where you got to be careful, guys, when you're sitting there looking at your spec mining for trying to chase profitability now. They're basically trying to be a AI development, marketplace. I don't really see them being disruptive enough to make enough people come aboard on this. It's just one of those things of, kind of a interesting look at it, a distributed marketplace, AI development. I just don't see AI developers wanting to go on, jumping in on this, considering the hardware that we would be utilizing versus what they can get at a traditional data center with the state-of-the-art server nodes that are not just using run-of-the-mill GPUs, right? They're going to be using A100s, the Tesla cards and stuff like that are going to be more stacked for doing AI development. For a grassroots startup, cool. Long-term development, they got to be they got to be getting full nodes for this stuff, which they're trying to basically do that without any capital, and they're pushing the capital out onto you guys. So this is where I tell people, yeah, you can spec mine this, and if you're gambling a little bit, it may pay off. But be careful when you start looking at these little rabbit hole of shit coins. They're usually, if they're profitable, it's for that quick and it's gone. As soon as the hype is done, get out of it. So this is stuff that I don't go chasing. I'm not. Like I said, whenever they were talking about a 10% for the dev team, you lose me. I don't think the devs should be any different than me and you. They don't deserve any of that money. They did, your balance sheet shouldn't have your own token on it. The tokenomics does not work like that. It's not like it's like having gold, silver, or dollars in your bank account going, yes, this is my net worth. I can't sit there and go, oh yeah, my net worth is $5 million. Why? Because Clor is worth X amount per token, and that means I have this many tokens, so this is what I'm worth. No, that's not how it works. Mercedes-Benz doesn't look at the cars that they produced for their net worth. They look at their net worth of what the money that they're generating from the product they're making and selling. Until they sell it, they're at a loss. That's not a net positive to be sitting on inventory. That is just the you know, and basically if a blockchain company is holding on to their own token, they're basically holding on to their product. That's just me looking at it that way from a different business perspective. But I hate it whenever I'm seeing projects that are holding on to their own asset, like that's what's giving them value. No, it's not how it works. And I don't care if they're, oh, we're going to do things like this and it's going to help stimulate the ecosystem. No, still no. AI needs so many PCIe lanes. I would love to set one up to do it, but so expensive. Oh my God, yes, Crypto Crag. Wheeling Crypto. No, I do not. Not on those generation. Not on 8th gen. My knowledge over the motherboards for those is not as specific. Like I said, I'm more of an AMD CPU guy. You know, it's like it depends on what you need and to have it set up for. So you have to, like, is it going to be straight mining? Are you going to use it as a computer too? All this stuff makes changes. So not sure what you're needing, but I mean, I can help guide you a little bit if you're needing some help. If you do the research, mining only. How many GPUs are you wanting to put on there? I would say 8 would be perfect. And to cut costs down, this is what I would do. All right. Without even knowing which motherboards are being optioned for this, right? Just look at a mini ATX board with 2 PCIe slots and get 2 Ubiq 4-way splitters on there, and you got 8 GPUs on a cheap motherboard. Boom. Stay away from 12. 12 is garbage. I've had more issues running 12 GPUs on a single rig than what it's worth. And let's just say, hey, the miner glitched, right? Would you rather lose 8 GPUs or 12 GPUs? Stability. 12 GPUs is not stable. Period. That has been my experience with running 12 GPUs. The stability is not the instability of it shutting down, even if it reboots itself. You're talking my 12 GPU rig was shutting off for 20, anywhere from a quick reboot all the way down to I was at work when it glitched out and it didn't mine until I got back home and checked on it. 12 GPUs is just not stable. It doesn't matter if you're running Linux or Windows. Windows makes it worse. And then whenever I'm talking with the bigger GPU miners that have got the big build outs on the facilities, they're running anything between 6 and 8. No more than 8. After 8, they were like, I'm tired. It's the instability is the big key. You want to make sure that miner's on at all times. That is the big thing when you're coming down to mining. And that's just so that you're maximizing the amount of coin you're getting. That's not stating that you are profitable. If you can get them for cheap, sure. Otherwise, you just get a mini ATX board and then get a couple of Ubiq 4-way splitters that allows you to plug in 4 GPUs on one riser to one adapter, and that plugs into one slot. So all you have to do is have two slots on the motherboard, and you can power it up. Yo, what up, chump change? Sup, brother? Gotta be overclock messing with it. Had a 13 on an ASRock H110. Didn't have any issues, to be honest, except when I didn't know how to clock my stuff. Yeah, for every one person that doesn't have any issues, man, I had no overclocks on my motherboard. And I mean, granted, this was 2018 whenever I was playing around with 12 GPUs, but I had nothing but issues. Nothing. It would just glitch on me, probably like once a week, and it was driving me nuts. Cause like it either was really nice and it glitched, rebooted, and came back, and I was like, yes, or it hung up the miner there. It's like, I'd just rather not deal with the headache and drama. It's like I know a bunch of people who run the big mining motherboards, with the 19 and the 21 GPUs on there, and they're all mining specific GPUs. They have no problems, and I'm like, you lucky bastard. But even after that, my only argument, even if you're like, mine's always stable, right? If something happens, I would rather lose 8 GPUs than all 12. It's like I couldn't deal with that. It would all be smashed. For sure. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get into some of the meat and potatoes of this before we wrap up here, guys. So are we even profitable at this point? And at what point are we profitable? If we were to take, the average person in the United States paying 12 cents a kilowatt hour, let's say you had one 3090 running. At 12 cents a kilowatt hour, a single 3090 would be losing you 27 cents. Not bad. If you're running a little bit older hardware, let's say a 1660 Ti, you'd be losing 12 cents, right? So, and you'd be fucking mining some really weird coins too. Conflux, I wouldn't feel so bad about mining Conflux or Ravencoin or Conceal, right? But Alph, Radiant, Xano, I don't know about those, Even NiceHash is sitting there going, yeah, just mine Kapow, which that'll be Raven, right? But, it's like if you were running let's see here. I have some of these. Let's see. Let's say you had a small rig of 1070 Ti's, right? You had 5 of them on a rig. 12 cents a kilowatt hour. You'd be losing $1 a day, right? Now with this older hardware, at what point in time does it make sense to have them running, right? About 8 cents a kilowatt hour. At 8 cents a kilowatt hour, you'd be losing 38 cents a day. So if you had this rig at the Family Mine LLC, you'd be losing 38 cents a day. But that's better than running it at your house. Let's say you got a good deal on there, you had 11 cents a kilowatt hour, right? You're basically losing 90 cents, so $1, right? $1 a day versus 35 cents a day. You're a little bit better off. Now, 6 cents, right? At 6 cents a kilowatt hour, you'd be losing 7 cents a day on a 5 GPU 1070 Ti rig. You have to be all the way down at 6 cents, which means that at 5 cents, it is profitable. So at 5 cents a kilowatt hour, you'd be making a whole whopping 9 cents a day, guys. Yep. That's not really good. Even with the market coming up the way it is. If you have older hardware, you would have to be at 5 cents a kilowatt hour. That's taxes and everything included, guys. Let's say you were running a full 580 rig. I've got one of these at home electric. We'll say 11 cents. I'd be losing $2.50 a day, which means that my 580s are less efficient than a 1070 Ti, guys. Let's put it that way. A 1070 Ti rig is losing $1 a day at 12 cents. At 85 cents at 11 cents a kilowatt hour. So 580s are way less efficient. And you'd be losing $2.48 a day. At what point does it make sense? Now, I'll say my facility. I'd be willing to charge. I'm charging people 9 cents a kilowatt hour, all in, right? You'd be losing $1.83 with this rig at my facility. Period. 5 cents. Let's bring it all the way down to 5 cents. Where a 1070 Ti finally becomes profitable, making 9 cents a day, right? It's still losing 52 cents a day. So a 580 rig is stupid unprofitable. You would have to be somewhere probably around 3 cents to make sense. Yeah, at 3 cents a kilowatt hour, you'd be making 13 cents a day. So what is that? 4 cents? Your break even? So you'd be probably 3.5 cents to break even, give or take. 4 cents a kilowatt hour, you'd be losing 20 cents a day. It's only making $1.11 per day in Ravencoin with a full 8 card of 580s. So basically, unless you've got free electric, if you got free electric, it makes sense to run this, because then you can be making $1.11 a day with an 8 card rig, right? Of 580s. But I mean, and you're not even dealing with it utilizing a ton of power. 580s are pretty power efficient, but it's the amount of coin they can generate for that wattage now. It's garbage. They're not competitive on Ethereum Classic. They have been just they're outperformed in every which way at this point. Unless we have a mega bull run again, where you can fucking throw hash rate at anything and you're making money. We are sadly far from that right now. So moving on along here. So let's go ahead and look at another one. Let's see. My A2000s. Is it worth keeping these on? Let's see. I've got 18 of them. At 12 cents a kilowatt hour. They only lose 96 cents a day. That's interesting. At 9 cents. Whoa, that changes everything. So if you had A2000s at my facility, you could be making 8 cents a day. You'd be basically profiting $3 a day. Or I'm sorry, wrong way. If you didn't have to pay electricity, you'd be making $3.20. After electric, you're making 8 cents. So at my facility, 18 A2000s is profitable. And again, let's compare it to where a 1070 Ti becomes profitable, right? At 5 cents a kilowatt hour. You would be making $1.46 a day. Now it starts to get interesting because you're looking at industrial power rates to be able to achieve something like this, which means that you're running more than just A2000s. Let's just be real with this. You are on board with some serious stuff on there. You are not going to see this power rate as a normal Joe Schmo like us. I don't even get that power rate at the facility. So let's just put that into perspective. With everything that I run at the facility, I don't even get that rate. I'm a little higher. So I mean, but we're comparing this to where a 1070 becomes profitable. So 5 cents a kilowatt hour, right? So A2000s will become profitable before 1070 Ti's for sure. So we can put that into a category of card that is something to look at, because it will fall back into profit far before everything else, right? Let's see here. My 6600 XTs. I got 15 of these bad boys. 12 cents a kilowatt hour. It loses $2.20 a day. Again, bringing it over to the facility, give you 9 cents. You'd be losing $1 a day. You'd be losing a whole $1 a day. Now, comparing that to where the 1070 Ti finally made profit, right? 5 cents. You'd be making 57 cents a day. So you can see that the power efficiency is starting to kind of reign through, even though it doesn't have a huge performance on it, right? And sometimes that's what you're looking for. It's just the power usage to be proper. And you'll fall into profitability a lot sooner than some of the older hardware. So people who are running the 1070 Ti's, 1070s, 580s, their shit's off. It makes no sense to be running that shit. Unless you've got so much shit running, it doesn't even, you don't even see the power utilization from that anyway. And then that's a whole different discussion, right? Cool thing about Conflux is that it's 2 cents right now, but the last bull market it topped at $1.70. That's a huge multiple if it pops, even at half the all-time high. If you hodl for the bull, yeah, if you're able to, and that's where each person's projection of how they run their own mining facility or their own little mining garden at home, right? Are you holding on to these coins? And if you are, why are you holding on to them? Are you looking at, if we go into the next bull cycle, it should hit X, right? At least half. If it does, all this mining that I've been doing is 100% profitable. But if you are mining and selling to pay the bills at the same time, now you're mining with a different perspective, and you're no longer in the hodler mentality unless you have an excess. So what you mine is far exceeds your needs, then you can have the hodl side. And that just kind of depends on where you are at. If you're just a small little home miner like I was at one point, I was able to just, I go to work, I pay my electric bill, I hodl the coin. Now that I am, growing my facility out, now I'm looking at, okay, the only way that I can sit there and put coin off to the side is if the coin I mine is more expensive than than all the bills that I have collectively. Otherwise, I have to sell every coin. And that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I would rather take a chance on a 20x to a 40x for Conflux than 4x Ergo if I'm gambling with yields and etc. Exactly, not financial advice. Yeah, and again, I mean, like, if you can see, like, certain things will have a little bit more usability. Ergo, I don't believe in Ergo. Let me just put it that way to you. Ergo's a shitcoin, and the devs clearly don't know how to handle what the community was telling them. And they still haven't fixed anything. So, yeah, that's a dead project in my eyes. Community gave feedback, and they just twiddled their thumbs and going, "It's coded exactly how we want it." It's like you're trying to make something usable for the community. The community is trying to help drive innovation. Totally. Conflux at least listens to the people. Hey, we need this, we need this, we need this. This is broken. Conflux devs react to it. I like that. These are good things, right? Let's see here. I've got a 3080 Ti in here. It's at home, so it's 11 cents a kilowatt hour, guys. I'm losing 19 cents a day to be mining it, but I don't mind this ELF. I haven't been mining Conflux on there. Let's see here. See this Flux, guys? It says I'm losing 32 cents a day mining Flux. Remember that number, right? Conflux. It's making more money than Conflux, and it's not adding into parallel assets. So actually, I'm not losing as much as I would be on Conflux. I'm probably like right into that range of where Alphemium or whatever this shit coin is at the top. Flux is probably earning this with the parallel assets, right? Grin, wow, never thought I'd ever see that on there. 22 cents. So Grin is more profitable to run than Ravencoin or Conflux. %, Crypto Crag. If you mine, like he says, if you're mining Flux, Mini Z is amazing. Shh. Don't pass it on. It's like, I know the guys from Ravencoin. I'm not dogging on Tron Black. He's a good dude. Got no problems with him. There's no development being done in Ravencoin. The project's stale. It needs something. And it's bad whenever a coin that's basically, a joke in itself, Grin, is more profitable to mine. Because it's not so power intensive. Nexo is too power intensive for the yield that it's getting now. Vortex, you're getting you get a little bit better, but again, it's a little power intensive. So it's hard to sit there and stay with Cortex on that one too, just because it is power intensive. Whenever profits are down like this and you're paying 11 cents a kilowatt hour, you got to make sure what you're doing is not picking the most power intensive algorithms to mine on. And you know, Zelhash gets a little warm. It is a little power intensive too. But I'm not going to sit there and, you know, swap all the way over to Ethereum proof of work. No, just because it's a little less power intensive. No. But Flux is not as power intensive as, you know, running Kapow or Cortex on there. So I will be in better profitability sooner running Flux at this particular juncture. Even utilizing like Vertcoin, it's not so power intensive, guys. So it's, you know, that's what you're going to need to look at is power intensiveness. Caspa, not so power intensive. You'd only be losing 17 cents a day. So that's right on par to where Flux is at. But if you look at it, if you come onto this page, click, and you're like, oh, whatever is at the top is what I should mine. And you never scroll down and go, what's truly profitable? What's losing me the least amount of money if I'm going to be mining no matter what? You know, here's a shit coin here, Radiant. You know, you'd be losing 2 cents. So all it would have to do is the price would just have to come up just a little bit, and you're instantly into profits, or at least break even. But this is a coin that I don't know nothing about. Hard to get behind a project that you know absolutely nothing about, and know that it's, you know, it's a shit coin. You know, at the end of the day, trading on Trade Ogre. I've used Trade Ogre. I've got no problems with it. At least it's a little bit more known. But still, you know. Aeon, you'd be losing 40 cents a day. Ethereum Classic, you'd be losing 53 cents a day because you're battling all the ASICs on there. Beam, you're losing 44 cents a day because the rewards suck on it. So, you know, just kind of look at the coin and then like and of course always scroll down the list. Not all the good ones, not all the ones that are going to put you in the least amount of unprofitability are at the top of the list. I've been sitting my stuff on Flux. That's where my stuff's been at. Full transparency on it, right? And I've been getting, you know, it's like with the amount of hash rate that I have, it's not so bad. But you know, it's like pick it per card. Each card's gonna have a little bit different. You know, it's like AMD likes memory dependent, but there's really nothing good that's memory dependent. So you're now battling with NVIDIA cards at this point. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Crypto Crag. I will have to make my decision at that point. Because it's a lot of miners are going to come off. So I think this is going to be the GPU squeeze. Yep, wait and see for me. Yep. So I mean, these times are going to be a little, you know, it's like I said, unless the price keeps going up to support everything, we're gonna see a GPU mining squeeze coming on here. With the Bitcoin price coming up, this is a good thing. You know, we have price action. Everybody looks at what the granddaddy does. Litecoin sitting at $90. Monero is at almost $180. Ethereum Classic is almost at $23. Doge is at 8. Even gold is doing good. Gold is up to 19,031 or yeah, 1,931. Sorry, and for that, that's a good price action for gold. Gold is an older, more mature market, heavily manipulated, and to see it trend closer and closer to that $2,000 marker um, could be a good thing if you, especially if you're a gold holder. I have silver, and even silver's up. So if I were to sell my silver right now, I think I'd make $1 on each ounce. I'd be making about $1 per ounce. Nothing to write home about, but at least it's not losing value, right? So I mean, pretty much everybody here, it's like as long as you're holding on to that sweet busy Bitcoin, you're at least coming back into smelling what profits are. I know my Bitcoin miners they're doing good. Oh yeah. So we're getting all that together now. With that, but with the happening of Flux, hard to say what I'm going to do with all of that moving forward. Yeah, it'll be a wait and see. I've gone through some happenings and it just kind of sucks for a little bit. A lot of hash rate peels off and then profits return right afterwards. I mean, that's how it was with my Litecoin miners. Whenever I sold them, they were just starting to go back into profits, and I got rid of them for exactly what I paid for them. So I basically mined for free, which was amazing. So I mean, I didn't lose anything out of the whole deal. Should I have kept my farm of L3s, L3 pluses? Yep, because they would be profitable right now. But whatever. Can never cry over spilt milk. But to see that the market's coming up here, we've had our golden cross. I expect to see a little bit of a cool down here, but again, we are sitting right at that trend line that I think that that's going to be the median value. Anything above it is a bull run going into bubble territory, and then subsequently going below that. So this is the market that I've been like waiting for to come back here. I just wish it would have done this a little sooner so I wasn't bled so dry here. Hopefully I'm able to do stuff moving forward. We'll have to see. Like, maybe I am impatient. Raven Coin had a lot of people abandoning ship before the happening. The last time I saw excitement in the Raven Coin community is whenever they forked over to Kapow. That was the last bit of excitement I seen from the community. It was amazing. I participated in that. And yeah, since then, the project's pretty much just like kind of gone stale, kind of like Vertcoin. Vertcoin's just stale. Nothing we can do about it. We can't make these developers do cool shit. We can't make them innovate. It is what it is, unfortunately. Like, crypto is just a bunch of ideas. Some good, some bad, some meh. Ravencoin fell into the category of meh. They tested out Kapow. And it was meh to them. And they didn't do anything with the hype. Instead of running with it, they had a chance. We'll have to see who really has any. Like, I don't see much development with any of the GPU mineable coins, just to be honest. So without the price action, I think a lot of these shit coins have a lot of. It's just a community now behind it. We'll have to see if another bull run will spark interest, bring back, the good times, right? We'll see. We shall see, right, guys? So until then, just kind of keep an eye on the charts, see where everything's at. Add up what your electric bill is compared to what you're bringing in, and make a decision. Are you willing to pay the electric bill? Because the rewards for everybody are down. This is not like it was during the last bull run, the bear market, where rewards went through the freaking roof. Like, I went from earning 1 Ethereum Classic a day to, earning anywhere from 12 to 20 Ethereum Classic a day. Per day, right? We're not seeing those numbers. Which means there are a lot of GPU miners still in the market. Doing the same thing we are, which is gambling that the price action comes back. All we can do. So, till then, guys. Till that market really comes back. If Bitcoin hits 30K or even 28, if Bitcoin rallies to 28,000, I think we'll see a mini bull run. So if this is our route to a mini bull run here, we'll take it, guys. We shall take it. Before I head up out of here, anybody got any comments or questions before I head up out of here? We are at almost at hour and 20 mark. Anybody got any comments or questions whatsoever? If you don't, drop some FAs in the Chizzity chat, guys, because you guys are rated F for freaking awesome. Yo! That's right, guys. You are awesome people. Thank you, everybody, for being here, as always. As always. Thank you. Welcome back with the FA. I know it's been a week, man. It's been too long. I miss your faces, guys. I miss it. Crypto Badell with the FA. Come on, everybody. Drop those FAs in the Chizzity chat. Definitely don't forget to smash that Lizzity like button. All that good stuff, guys. Yo. And if you don't have any other comments or questions, you're not going to drop any FAs in there, I'm going to go ahead and sign out here, guys. Thank you, everybody, for being here. If you are wanting to have your rigs hosted at the Family Mine LLC, get onto the waiting list. Get into the Patreon. What you waiting for, guys? You know you're going to have your stuff at the facility, guys, because we're going to put you into profit before you can at your own home, guys. So with that being said, thank you, everybody, for being here. All that good stuff. Join the Discord. Links down below. Join the Patreon. Links down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. May your hash be high and your watts be low. And I'll see you guys on the next one.